Hey there guys, Andrewcraft here, and today I'm going to make this really simple for this next tutorial series I was just working on. And mostly because it would be hours and hours and hours worth of tutorials, and I don't think you guys want to sit through it. Like, it would be longer than the Forge tutorials. So instead, I decided just to release this all this code for this core network. And alright, so I'm going to walk through how you use everything really quick. So the first thing you might notice, we're in my workspace, is we have, you have core, you have game API, which is, for the game API. I never wrote the game API. And then the hub. So pretty much when you want to switch between the game API and the hub, you just change, from hub to game, or whatever you want to call it, and then change the main class. That's the first thing you have to change. The second thing is you have to go into the mini plugin and go to where this says game and make it true if you're compiling it to be the game. But first I'm just going to compile it to be the core, or to be the hub. So go to net. We're gonna go. It's a Maven project. So pretty much what you want to do is go to POM. Originally you're going to have to do Maven clean, but I'm just going to Maven generate sources. Okay. And then I'm going to run Maven install. Wait for it, and done. Okay, so now we have plugins. So give me 1 second to find the plugin. Let's see. Network targets. Okay, so you get the plugin out of, the target folder. And it's defaultly, I have it as network 0.0.1 snapshot. So then I'm going to run it. And then actually, before I run this, let me just grab one of these spigots, because I am really not sure if that spigot is actually spigot. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you. It comes with, I'm going to give you a database. So you're going to have to put this in your MySQL, and it has an account, a currency, an information, and a punishment system. And then, columns. Just shows you a little bit of it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to run it the first time. And then you guys are going to see it's going to, it's pretty self-explanatory what it's going to do. Just wait a little bit. Okay, so you might see it enables the hub and it initializes the memory fix. So since it uses a module system, you can set up modules, and this only has one module, and it's called the memory fix. Just fixes because servers have memory errors. So let's join the game. Let me just check. It's 25571. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we join the game. So the first thing you're going to notice when you join the game is it's literally just going to say problem 1. And it's not really a problem. It is just that's just a notification that that's the first time that player's joined. You can technically take that out of the account system so it doesn't say that. And then you have You have the game menu, which the basic concepts of the game menu are here. So, you click, and then you set up however you want the game menu. I just have one test item. It's just test. It does absolutely nothing. You just click it, and nothing happens. And, okay, so now I'm going to show you, before I touch anything else, I am going to jump you back into here. So the first thing you might notice, in account, it puts me as the account, username, rank 0, activity 0. And then currency, game currency, cosmetic currency, nothing. Information, it just puts my UUID and my name. Punishment, there's nothing in punishment. Okay, so the very next thing you gotta do is, if you do /help, it's going to bring up, all this stuff. But you might notice /account. So if you do /account space, your username. Now, you see it says I don't have permission for this command. You have to, the way I have it set up is you have to be opt to see this menu. Okay. So, let me just opt myself on the server. So I'm going to opt. And just ignore all these errors. It says it's an error, but it's really just how the problem system works, stating I am not in the system yet. So you can technically get rid of all this. This is really just logs for me when I was writing it. So now that I'm opt, I can do /account. Okay, I guess it really doesn't want to work. Okay, so since it doesn't want to work, I'm just going to manually set myself as owner. So if I just say hey in chat, you see it's just AndrewCraft, hey. But I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go rank, and you see we have rank 0. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go to accounts, account system, and I'm going to scroll down. And I'm going to find my rank. I want to be rank owner. So rank 8. So I just changed me to rank owner. It automatically changes so I can be like test again. Okay. Let me just reload. I guess it really does. Stuff really doesn't want to work today. Okay, so now I will say test. And now you see that's just how I have it. It just says owner. And then your name. So then you can do /account and then your name. And it will bring up the account GUI, which will just show your activity, how long you have been on the server. Then it will show your rank management, which will show all of the ranks, which you'll have to tweak the rank management GUI if and when you change the ranks, because right now it's just your name, default, ultimate, platinum, builder, intern, mod, admin, developer, owner. So it shows all the account stuff. Then you have the currency management. This was never written, but currency does exist. And then the punishment management. There's chat offenses, gameplay offenses, hacking offenses. There was nothing done here. And then you have severity 1. So, 30-minute mute, blah blah. And then you see just difference in severity. And then if you do, it's been a while, so let me actually, so you have hub, which is the main command, and then currency, server, account. So like if you do /server, AndrewCraft, nothing happens. It was never finished. If you do /hub, Andrewcraft, nothing happens. See, those are just main things that it wasn't fully made. But if we do slash currency, it will give us this argument slash currency slash add, and then game or cosmetic. So we'll do game currency, the player name, and then the amount of 1. So then it says 1 game currency has been added to Andrewcraft. So then, if I go into the database, refresh, and I go down to currency, we'll notice Andrewcraft has 1 game currency. So this is kind of just like a lib for you to base off your hub or game current, your minigames plugin and your hub. So, and then a few other things in the hub. It's like fully adaptable because the core is fully adaptable. So let me minimize this real quick and kind of show you a little bit about this. So if you notice, if I go into hub, so for the hub, it gets the commands, okay? And then the next thing it does, just ignore this. But then, say, because I added a server selector, so I added this right here. I added a new event called server selector, which this is the only thing different between the game API and the hub is it doesn't have a server selector. And then you might notice it has a server selector, and then if it's something that's a back-end thing that no one else is going to see, you could just be like new and then memory fix this. So then pretty much how the modules work, it runs, public class, whatever the name is, and then it extends mini plugin, and then it's kind of in this kind of motion. Super. And then we had inventory leaks because this causes lag, recipe leaks, and then entity tracker leaks. So these are just, a few memory fixes. And then if you go into the game API, the only difference is it does literally the exact same thing, except you might notice it doesn't have the server selector. And it's just bucket.getWorld, and then it gets the lobby world and sets the time to 0 and turns the storms off so it doesn't rain. And then each thing they run the core event manager.register events, and this is pretty much, this goes with everything. Like if you want to add an event that goes with the core and that goes with the hub and the minigame system, you would put it in here. So this, the joining, so it checks on join, checks the database, and then just gives a good amount of information. And then you can set a join message if you really want to add a join message and a leave message, but that's really not necessary. And then inventory click methods, which is pretty much just for the /server space your name. The chat system, it's pretty self-explanatory. Does the chat here. So I guess the next thing I can show you real quick is if I go to accounts, Andrewcraft, I'm going to first I'm going to mute myself. So I'm just going to mute myself. So it opens up this thing, and just because I thought this was the easiest way to do it, and then you tell it why they're going to be muted. So I'm just going to put, I don't know, something simple. I'm just going to put food. Okay? So then if I try to say something in chat, it says you are muted for food, which doesn't really make sense. But you see, so I'm muted, and it's used in the punishment system. So then the next thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to go account Andrewcraft, and I'm going to, so then you can do a gameplay ban or a hacking ban. So I'm going to give myself a hacking ban of 1 day, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Actually, before I do that, if you go into punishment management, you can see all the times they've been punished. You know, unless they've been punished a lot more than this. But you see it shows punishment, it will show what type, just ignore the protection, the reason, the severity, the time, the punisher. So, you know, if you get staff that's abusing their privileges. Alright, so I'm going to give myself a hacking offense. And I'm going to do it the exact same thing. If I can spell food. Food. And you notice it doesn't kick them for hacking. Well, that can easily be changed in the system. I just don't have it set like that. I have it when they will just sit here, and then you would think eventually they'll try to go back to the hub or go back to, you know, anywhere. And then when they leave and join back, it will give them this error right here. You have been banned for food for blah 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 blah, and then appeal at www.whatever.appeal, which all this kind of stuff is easily changed in here. As you see, actually the chat system is right here. See, you have been muted. Then let's just go into anti-cheats. I think it's in the anti-cheat manager. Alright, no it's not. Alright, so with another thing, with this anti-cheat manager, it has a fly detector, a nuke detection, speed hack. Okay, those are the only 3 things it does. And it doesn't kick them or anything. Or, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, it doesn't stop them from hacking. But, one thing it will do is it will add a strike to them. And then if they get 2-inch strikes, the server, in theory, should kick them from the server. And or if it's severe enough, the server, in theory, should ban them. Alright, but so that's pretty much everything about this. If you guys need any help with anything else with this, don't forget to, ask, and I would happily help you. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my tutorials to see more. And peace. One thing I forgot to mention is in the MySQL there is connection, and it is quoted out, which does the this.port, or this.hostname, this.port, which gets the information from main config. But if you don't want anybody to ever take your plugins, and then then they could just use the config file, the main config, to change, so your plugin would work. Just keep it set on where it's hard wrote into it, or hard, everything was, I can't even explain it. So, like localhost, or whatever your database is, whatever port your database is on, and then whatever the database name is, then the username for the database and the password for the database. Me, I just did root, and I have no password. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So, peace, you guys. Hey there, guys. One more thing again. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly just show people how you actually import a database into MySQL or PHPMyAdmin. So, let me go into, you want to click New. It would bring up this screen. And then I'm just going to call it Core Hub, because that's what it's hard coded into the plugin. So I'm going to go create, and then after you create the database, you want to hit import, and then you want to choose file, and I will choose file, put it up in the core hub.sql, and then you want to hit go. It will sit here and just say please be patient, just wait. It'll only take a few seconds. It will say it's successfully imported, and then you might notice then account currency, then it's all in. Alright, so this is the last thing for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I will be actually starting a let's play for a Forge server. So, you know, that'll be fun. And if any of my subscribers, or really anybody, want to actually join me on that server, I will happily give them the mod pack mods and then the config file, so they can actually join and they can play, you know, same time I'm playing during the let's play. So other than that, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my tutorials to see more, and peace.